I couldn't find anyone crazy enough to make fried rice like this. Welcome back to Backyard Pit Lab. I'm Jason, and today we're putting a wok over a blazing hot vortex to find out if a Weber Kettle can create real wok hei and whether it becomes my new favorite way to cook fried rice. Let's get right into it. Every good fried rice starts the night before. I kept this one simple. Green onions, mushrooms, red onion, and white onion. You can add whatever vegetables you like, but these are my go-to. The most important part though isn't the vegetables, it's the rice. Fresh rice is too moist and turns mushy in the wok, so cook it the day before, spread it out on a sheet pan, and let it dry uncovered in the refrigerator overnight. If you've ever wondered why restaurant fried rice tastes different than what you make at home, there's one big reason: wok hei. It's often described as the breath of the wok, that smoky, slightly charred flavor you get when your ingredients are cooked over extremely high heat. Most of us don't have access to that kind of heat at home, so today we're putting a wok over a blazing hot vortex on a Weber kettle to see if it can heat up high enough to create wok hei. While the charcoal heats up, I use that time to get everything ready for the cook. I like to whisk up my eggs ahead of time, break up the cold rice, and toss it with a little oil. Coating the rice helps separate the grains and makes it easier to stir fry once it hits the wok. Now it's time to set up the vortex. I flipped it upside down in order to create more surface area for cooking, topped it off with more charcoal, then added a small wood split in hopes to create a bigger flame that wraps around the wok. As I'm waiting for the wood split to catch, it's time to prep the chicken.
With some boneless, skinless chicken thighs here.
Nothing fancy, just cube it up. Once the vortex is ripping hot, it's time to get the wok on the grill. Let it preheat for about 2 or 3 minutes. A hot wok is essential if you want a good sear instead of steaming your food. It's time to add oil. Today I'm using vegetable oil, but you can honestly use any high smoke point oil you want. Swirl it around the wok in order to coat the sides of the pan as well. It's finally time for the cook. I like to cook my ingredients separately, and I like to start off with the chicken. Let's take a quick moment to admire how my hand almost got burned off. I like to keep the seasoning pretty simple. Salt, MSG, black pepper.
You don't want to cook it all the way because we're going to cook it with the rest of the rice and the ingredients. So once you don't see any more pink, you can kind of take it off the wok.
Once the chicken is done, you want to add more oil before you add the vegetables.
All right, time for the mushrooms. Onions, red onions, a little bit of salt, a little bit of MSG, and a little bit of peppers.
I like to cook in batches to avoid overcrowding the wok.
Go ahead and toss the kimchi in there.
I had some leftover kimchi from Costco that I just tossed in there. That's one of the best things about fried rice, is that you can toss any ingredients you have in your fridge, honestly. Once the vegetables are done, just add it to the same container as the chicken to keep the chicken warm while you're cooking the rice. Add some more oil, then it's time for the main ingredient, rice. Listen to that beautiful sizzle. That's the sound of oil frying up the rice. You want to make sure that you're constantly moving the rice, whether it's tossing it or stirring it. I also like to add more oil during the cook, so I usually create a little divot in the middle to preheat the oil prior to stirring it with the rice.
I forgot the eggs.
At this point, I didn't want to overcook the rice, so I slid the rice onto one side of the wok, then moved that side of the wok off of the vortex in order to cook the eggs. Kept the same simple seasoning.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of MSG, peppers.
Not sure why I whispered there, but on a separate note, if you like this type of content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more backyard cooks like this. Alright, let's get back to the video. Actually, let's get back to adding more oil. After all, this is fried rice. Now you can't forget about the soy sauce. I use ABC sweet soy sauce because I'm Indonesian and it's the flavor I grew up with in fried rice. But you can totally use the normal soy sauce that you find in the grocery store. Instead of pouring it directly onto the rice, drizzle it around the sides of the hot wok. That gives the sauce a chance to caramelize before it's mixed in, adding even more depth of flavor. You want to make sure that the rice is evenly coated in soy sauce before adding back the rest of the ingredients. If you remember earlier, we did not fully cook the chicken. This is where you add back all the ingredients in order to coat them with soy sauce, but also finish cooking the chicken. Once the cook is done, it's time to take the wok off the grill. I didn't really have a place to put it, so I put it in my gas grill that was unlit, but you can put it anywhere you want. This is also where I garnish it with green onions. Now for the moment of truth. Let's see if the Weber Kettle was able to recreate the wok hei that you usually only get at a restaurant.
I am sweating. That was a hot cook. Fast cook, but hot. Let's see how it tastes. Man. Yeah, that's good fried rice.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I achieved the true wok hei that I really wanted. However, it was still my best fried rice yet. So I would call this experiment a success. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next cook.